Hey everyone, this is a little Q&A session that Allie asked me to film, and I had it already filmed. My phone died, so we're going take two here. So let's start off with number 2. Where did you guys meet and who spotted who first? So I live in a small town, Marshall, Michigan, and I know most people in town, and let alone people my age. I went to high school with them or just known them from around town. So I actually saw Mackenzie on Facebook, whereas like the people you may know, we must have crossed paths in the area at some point. So I was interested. I creeped on her profile a little bit, liked what I saw, and I actually sent her a DM, and she didn't respond right away. And then I got even creepier, and I DM'd her on Instagram because I didn't think my Facebook message went through, and so she responded, like left it open, and actually responded back with asking if the bar I manage was hiring, and I told her yeah, even though that was not true at all. I had no intention of hiring anybody, and so I was, hey, come get a job application. And she came in and filled it out, and while she was in there, I asked her out, and she said yeah. So we went to the Dark Horse that night, which is a local brewery, and we hit it off. We had a couple beers and just kept chatting, and then then we drove over to Copper, where I work, and her cousins Matt and Kayla came and hung out with us, and we just had a good old time. Which leads into the next question, 3. Who made the first move and who liked who first? So I definitely made the first move, and then after that date, I think we both kind of like played hard to get for a couple days. You know how that dating thing goes. So I think we just kind of kept the casual texting, and then it like snowed that night, and the next day I asked her if she wanted to go sledding with me, and she tells me now she was nervous about it, and her Aunt Diane actually talked her into doing it. So like we literally had the most perfect snowfall the night before. I like ran up to the store. I bought a Spider-Man sled, like 2 Spider-Man sleds, like the silliest little things, and we went to this country club in town, and we went sledding, and it was fun, and we like played in the snow, and it was like a full moon that night, and it was dark out, and you could see downtown Battle Creek in the background, and there was literally like deer and foxes like frolicking in the forest. Like it was picturesque. Like it went so smooth. Like I couldn't have asked for a better night. And then then she invited me over to her cousin's house, and then the ball just kept rolling, and we just every day just kept hanging out and going on more dates, and getting to know each other better. So yeah. Number 5. What's Mackenzie's favorite drink? Skinny margaritas. So tequila, triple sec, lime juice, shake that, and serve it on the rocks. She loves those. She doesn't want sugar, light on the sugar. Just the lime to sweeten it up. Or anything with tequila soda with lime, or tequila cocktails. So you get this girl a bottle of Cabo or 1800 and some lime juice. It'll be all good for this weekend. So simple enough. Number 8. Who says I'm sorry first after an argument? Definitely Mackenzie. It's not right away. It's usually the next morning, after she's had a good reset and good night of rest. She's usually quick to call me in the morning or just tell me in person that she's sorry, because I'm perfect and never wrong. Number 9. Who wins the most arguments? I guess that goes hand in hand, but definitely me. It's always right. So, who is more? I think Mackenzie's here. Who is more athletic is number 11. And she was literally just bragging to me how athletic she was. She did all these burn boot camp, moves and did like 3 workouts for a job. And yeah, that's athleticism, but differently. I think I'm more athletic. Really good at basketball, decent at golf, just all around like good at sports. Like I'm really average at every sport. I'm only good at basketball, but like I'm really average at a ton of things. Just I have good overall athleticism, but I think Mackenzie's athleticism is different. It's more like a squat hop or like a barbell bent over row, things like that, which is athleticism, like strength and conditioning in like a different way. But I think like pure athleticism, like if there was some new sport we had to pick up and play, I think I would pick up at it faster and just I don't know. Who is smarter? That's me again. In her defense, she's smarter in a different way. She's right-brained and I'm left-brained. I think numbers and analytically and bigger picture concept, where she's right-brained, like more creativity and color and artwork and things like that. So she could draw like a beautiful painting, which she sells sometimes. Like I have no clue how to do stuff like that, but I could do a math problem off the top of my head and things like that. So I think I'm smarter, but in different ways. So that's why we're perfect for each other, is there's pros and cons of each of us, and it brings us together as a whole. So that's to save myself. That was 13. So 14 said, who is more creative? Yeah, I mean, that's definitely her. Kind of goes hand in hand with the same question. Like, she's selling paintings and stuff, and like makes her own gym programs and stuff like that. Or like, we bought a house and she's gonna be the one designing and painting, where I'll be the one that's measuring the cuts and doing that stuff. But she'll be the one that is like doing all the design and creativity aspect, and that's just how our brain works. And I love it no matter what. So 17. When's the first time you got Mackenzie flowers? So I think this was our 3rd date, maybe a couple days, probably like a week after our sledding trip. There was our first annual Copper, the bar I managed, Christmas party. I invited her to go. Turns out she had plans with another guy that night. She bailed on for me, luckily. But I picked her up at her aunt's house with some flowers, and we went on this Christmas party. And it was an open bar at our bar, and it got rather rowdy, and there's some weird ass people I work with, and she's a trooper for sticking by me through that, because like restaurant people are just a different breed, and it got rowdy, and we went around town, and there was a lot of booze, and it was a good memory. It was weird, but I mean, couples have to go through those weird moments, right? So that was like the first, like, it wasn't like awkward, it was just like, we'd only been seeing each other like 2 weeks, and I forced her into that, but I mean, hey, we made it through. So 18, who is the better driver? Definitely me. Again, that her driving like scares the daylights out of me. Like some of our biggest arguments that we've had are when she's driving the car. Is like, she just is so bad at it that I get so stressed out that I'm gonna die. And when I'm that stressed, like, I don't talk very nicely. I have a different tone and temperament, and I take it out on her because she's the one driving the car, making me act like that. So we've had like some big arguments, and like when she's driving, so our solution is that I try to drive for the most part. Like yesterday we were driving separately and my car broke down. I was following her home, and she tried to pass a semi on the right side, like, because she was in such a hurry. She tried to pass the semi as a semi was passing another car, and the semi could not see her and about to merge over, and I thought I was gonna watch like her crash like right in front of my eyes. Like, I had to like scold her after that. Like, I had to like tell her, like, Mackenzie, I love you so much, but don't ever pull that shit again. Like, I'm sorry, Mackenzie, I love you, but you're driving like is so scary, seriously. And